Hello, everybody. Good morning. I was about to say I'm up early. I'm not. It's 10 o'clock. I'm up normal. And let me see if I get a little better view. And I'm making some coffee. So going to be doing that while we chat. Thank you for excusing me yesterday. My dad was in surgery for bladder cancer. And it's a surgery he's had before, but he did great and all things are well. And so wasn't sure if we'd be done before Facebook Live time, but of course we were getting him packed up and getting ready to leave right when it would have been. So it didn't work out. So thank you for forgiving me for my absence yesterday. And we're back today. And yes, I'm making coffee. And I don't know how everybody makes coffee, but for me, and I'm making coffee especially, I actually pick up coffee a lot because I'm a huge coffee snob. And there's amazing coffee where I live, so I pick up coffee a lot. But when I don't, I like French press. So this is actually a new French press because my housekeeper accidentally broke the French press yesterday, and she was so sweet, and she was so worried, and I said, oh my God, it's the third French press we've broken this year. We're all gonna live. But this is my coffee of choice right now, which is Cafe Du Monde coffee with chicory. And they finally started making it in decaf. And this was a gift from Brian Stark and Paige Stapleton, and I'm almost done with it, which is crazy. But if I'm not using that, I'm using a couple of things. We have an amazing local coffee roaster called Joe Van Gogh. Amazing, like really, really good coffee they make that. But when I'm not using that, I won't dig it out to bore you to death, but I use Baby's coffee from Key West, Florida, and we ship it in. It is probably the most delicious, most amazing coffee you will ever drink. So I'm usually using one of those, but I'm digging this right now. The fact that Cafe Du Monde came out with the decaf and they're using the decaf has got me all excited right now. So making my coffee because I am going to, okay, now I've created total chaos. I'm an insane person about organized cabinets, so now I'll have to fix it later. Going to a speaking gig this morning, which I'm really excited about, NABO, National Association of Women Business Owners in Raleigh. And so up and dressed for that. But what I was thinking about this morning, all right, kettles going. What I was thinking about this morning that I wanted to talk about, and I've got a couple of topics that I want to make sure that I cover over the next few days. And we're going to start bringing some guests on soon. So in the next week or so, you'll probably start seeing some guests, which is great. You're probably bored with my ass already. But I wanted to talk about here it goes for all the people who love coffee. Here we go. Where do you lay your worries down, right? And the question is, where do you lay your worries down? And first way to lay your worries down is coffee or alcohol. I'll agree with that. So I'll start by asking you all, what do you drink in the morning? What is your thing? What is your, I know there's tea people, and oh my gosh, if you are a tea person, hold on. I'm sorry. This is too important not to share. This is how I do my tea. I absolutely, give me a second. I just gotta reach this. Hold on. This is how I do my tea. Love this teapot. I don't think they make it anymore. I've had it forever, but anyway, they make ones like it. Love this teapot. And in addition to that, I'm gonna back up a little bit more so you can even have a better view. In addition to that, this is the tea, guys. This is it. This is the game changer. This is the life changer. If you love tea, this is Mirage. I do not speak French at all, so I'm probably messing this up. But this is a tea shop that has been in Paris for like hundreds and hundreds of years. If you've never been to Mirage, go. It's incredible experience just to go there. But my tea of choice, and I use a couple of their teas, and always have to order them and get them here from Paris, but is the Marco Polo Rouge. So, oh my gosh, if you're a tea person, this tea will turn you on your head. It is, you just get it there. It is so beautiful. It is so gorgeous. It is so complex. It is so delicious. So check that out. So anyway, but usually in the morning, I actually tea at night. and coffee in the morning. And also, I don't know if places have things for you that you do more than others. Oh my God, see, I've messed up my cabinets. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna have to come home early and fix all my cabinets. Anyway, I drink a lot of tea when I'm in Europe. It's obvious because it's so amazing, and you know they do such amazing teas there. But I also, oh my God, hold on, there you go. But I also drink a lot of tea in Maine. I don't know why. I think it's because the people that introduced me to Maine about 20 years ago, a little under 20 years ago, they're huge tea drinkers. So we used to always go with them, and we used to always hang out with them. And so something about Maine, you know, you get those cold, rainy Maine summer days. And so I love tea in Maine, but I drink tea in the evening, especially in the winter. I also make my own chai from scratch. All of you amazing people who probably have grandmothers that have Indian tea recipes, if that's your culture. I'm sure it's not yours, but it's pretty damn good. And I've had people go, this is good. And I learned it from a guy on the Lower East Side in New York. And so I will it's on the stove and it takes me hours to make it. And I steep chai tea. But anyway, but on a day-to-day basis, it is coffee. So I'm going to be fixing my coffee this morning. Also, here's a tip. And I really am getting to a topic besides tea and coffee this morning. You know, at home I'm using a mug, but these days I'm even taking this to my coffee shop. This is the coffee shop I love, Jo Van Gogh. But guys, you don't need a cup. Travel with straws. Travel with non-disposable cups so that you can get your tea and your coffee and just keep it in your car. And listen, it's tea and coffee. It's not like the craziest thing in the world. So, you know, even if I haven't completely washed it out, I just go in and I'll, you know, go to the bathroom sink and I'll swish it a little bit, rub my hand around it. It's fine. It's clean enough. It's better than throwing away a bunch of disposable cups. So I'm preaching on that, and I'm not always perfect at it, but I really am trying. That's something I'm trying. All right, so here I go, guys. I'm going with, it's coffee time. Isn't it so, here, I'll sit it here on top of the cup. Isn't it so satisfying to push that and know you're gonna get your yummy coffee? So did you tell me, are you a coffee, tea person? What's your morning drink? And now we have to get to the important part. We have to get to the important part, which is, how do you take it? So I take mine, I'm getting a latte when I'm out, not doing coffee at home. I'm getting a latte. And right now, Jo Van Gogh has take this in, has a rose cardamom latte. A rose cardamom latte. Oh my gosh, it is so delicious. I'm a huge cardamom fan, which is one of the reasons I think I like chai as well, but, and all those flavors. So when I go out, I'm usually getting a latte is what I'm usually getting. And I have an amazing espresso machine. Those of you that know me know that I've been in transition for like 2 years now, which I'm not in transition for where I'm living. We're thrilled to be in Chapel Hill. It's amazing and it's wonderful. And so happy to be here. But this is not in our forever home. So we are in our, I don't know if I've ever shown my house that much here, but this is a house, we bought the house, we rented it at first, but this is our transitional house because we are, oh my God, my house, I am a neat freak. So our housekeeper is on her way in, and it's not exactly how I would show it to you. So this is being vulnerable for me because I'm usually a neat freak, but you can get a little sense of it. But this is not our, and our little sweet Jackie pup over there on the couch. Can you see him? Wait, let me get it to where you hopefully can. He's asleep in the window. So anyway, this isn't my forever home. It's a transitional home. We've bought 30 acres, about 1.5 miles down the road from where I am now. Sorry, let me get that resettled. And that feels lopsided. Oh, technology, guys. Video cameras. I just need to hire somebody to follow me around. My life would be easier. I'm over here, I'm getting a spoon. But this isn't our forever home. We bought 30 acres, about 1.5 miles down the road, and we're building there. So anyway, a lot of my life is in 2 huge storage units because it doesn't necessarily fit in this house, which I have to tell you is really annoying. It's actually not easy, and I did fine the first year, and now I'm at a point where I'm really frustrated and I just want all my stuff. And I love entertaining. This is half and half. I'm a half and half girl in my coffee. I love entertaining, and I love beautiful things, and I love aesthetics, and I love how things look. And so if I can't find my stuff and I can't get to my stuff, I'm really annoyed. So I'm starting to get really annoyed. It's definitely starting to go on my tolerations list. But anyway, hopefully my goal is 12 to 18 months. I think it's going to be closer to 18 months. We will be in our home, and we will be out of this home, which amazing neighborhood. Oh my God, amazing people. So everything always works in our favor. I'm going to move. I'm going to come over. I've made my coffee now. I'm going to come to the table and do the rest here. But everything always works out for a reason, because we met wonderful people here and wonderful neighbors, and I'm sitting, here we go, wonderful neighbors and just incredible people. So we're here, and then we'll have those relationships and those friendships as we move to a place that there's neighbors around, but I'm on 30 acres, so it's going to be a little more isolated. So yesterday, now we're going back. I'm seeing what you all like to drink. Your coffee, morning coffee, French press, a little milk. Some of you drink multiple coffees a day, which I do too. So I usually, and here's the thing I didn't talk about. All decaf. I don't drink any caffeine. So, people go, oh, I love coffee for the flavor. Yeah, right. And they're caffeine addicted. No, I really do drink it for the flavor. All of my teas are decaf. All of my coffee is decaf. I only drink decaf. I don't consume any caffeine. And the only caffeine that I'm aware of that I consume, obviously I'm sure some sneaks in, is chocolate. But also on maybe like once every 2 weeks, if I'm being bad, once a week, I will have a sweet tea. That's a very Southern thing. Not all of you probably know what a sweet tea is, but I have a sweet tea, which is a cold drink. And I have that, and it just goes it pairs really well with some Southern food, and it's something I've had since I was a kid. So I use it as a treat once in a while. But when I get it, I'll get like a sweet tea, in a cup, but my goal is to usually drink like that much, and I probably shouldn't even have that much caffeine, but once a week, once every 2 weeks. So I've got my coffee, and let's talk about worries. Let's talk about worries, guys. Oh my gosh, I have a lot of worries. And I read something recently that said your 40s and your 50s are absolutely the most stressful time in your life. It's usually when, most people, I had, my child later in life, but most people are having their children now in their 30s. That's kind of the trend. And so your children in your 40s have started to be like, listen, you can have real world problems with young children, but if you're complaining about their behavior, you're complaining about they're exhausting you, or you're complaining that they won't listen, that starts to shift when they're 11, 12, 13 to some behavior things or some life choices that can really be, big deals. Also, it's where you start typically taking care of your parents, right? People say it's 40s and 50s are the height of your career. So you're also very, very engrossed and engaged and fighting the good fight of career or business or, whatever your choices are in life. And on and on and on, right? It's usually when if you have any health problems, like the first health problem might pop up. It's that time when you go to the doctor and they go, you could take off a little weight, and you were in great shape in college, and you were great shape through your 30s when you were still, making sure that you were working out. Or it could be the first time that, you have some kind of injury, or maybe the cholesterol is a little high. So it's the 40s and 50s, they say, are typically the most stressful time in life. And so I have a lot of worries. I mean, I worry about my son, and some of them are totally rational worries, and some of them are totally irrational worries. I worry about my son. Is he going to be okay? Am I making the right decisions for him? We're doing this massive school tour right now for him to start school, and the choices are like, oh, I feel like I'm making life choices for him, and are they the right life choices? My dad, as I shared, he had bladder cancer surgery yesterday, so my parents are great and they're doing awesome, but they've had multiple things going on in their life that are challenging, and it's been everything from my dad's, cancer coming back a few times, which is typical for the type of cancer he has, so it's not unexpected. My mom had a stroke and she's done very well from that, but she's had a couple of little pre-breast cancer issues. I mean, I don't need to go into all the detail, you get it. But so there's worry about my parents. There's financial worries, right? I run this business, and yes, it's to provide for myself and my family, and to make sure that I can help take care of my parents, and to make sure that I can take care of my child and also all the things I just want to do in my life. And that doesn't just come with total ease and grace and sitting back and letting it flow. I mean, I know you would believe that from a lot of Facebook ads that you're fed, but it takes hard work and hustle and strategy, and it takes failing a lot and coming back from that. And I have a huge, financial responsibility because I employ so many people. And so I feel very obligated to those people to the life choices they've made to be on our team and supporting them with that. And I worry about the world. We're living in an imperfect world with lots of challenges, and I want to live in a world that is safe and happy and healthy, and I want my child to grow up in a world that's safe and happy and healthy. And so there's stuff, and then you worry about, is the plumber going to show up because, there's the kitchen sink to fix, and on and on and on and on and on. So the question is not, do you have worries? Right? We could all make our list, right? We could all make our list of worries, but the question is, where do you lay your worries down, right? Where do you lay your worries down? And I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about pie. And I wasn't thinking about pie just because I like pie, but I went to go check on my dad last night. I have a little apartment for them here in where I live. And we have that. So a lot of their doctor's appointments here at Duke, which is a phenomenal medical facility. And Amanda, my sister, lives here and I live here. So they have a little part-time place here. And I went by their apartment and I took them this pie that they're obsessed with from this place here in the area. And I was thinking about this pie as I was thinking about asking you, where do you lay your worries down? And often we feel like that we have to hold on to those worries. Sometimes we even feel like it's wrong to have those worries. Sometimes we treat worries like we're weak. And sometimes, listen, we don't handle our worries well, but the bottom line is every single person has worries. Every single person has worries. Things are going to be on your mind. Things are going to be on your heart. And how you approach those worries is who you are. And it's ironic. The speech that I'm going to give this morning at NABO is the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So how you're handling your worries is how you're handling your money. It's how you're handling your children. It's how you're handling your business. It's how you're doing everything. So where do you lay your worries down? And getting back to that pie, I try to approach my worries like pie. I try to approach my worries like pie and recognize that I can only keep one slice of it. I can only keep one slice of it, which is the slice that is my responsibility and what I can control. And because I know that worries are a whole pie, they're not just one slice of pie, what do you do with the other 7-ish slices? I like big slices of pie. What do you do with the other 7 slices? And you have to have 7 other places, people, and things that you can lay your worries down. with and to. And so I started thinking about, where do I lay those worries down? Well, hopefully you have an amazing friend or spouse or someone that's super close to you. And sometimes you can't lay those worries down with that spouse because you're worrying about something together. Maybe it's about your child. Melanie and I kind of have a joke that we can't both be crazy at the same time. We are definitely both crazy, but we can't both be crazy at the same time, right? So sometimes you can, but it's that, ride or die friend. It's that spouse. Maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your sister, but you got to have that personal person. Then you need a couple of professional people. You need a couple of people that you pay to lay your worries down. A coach, a therapist, a support group of some time that maybe you're a part of. But we so often take for granted that it is an amazing opportunity to pay somebody or a place or an organization to be able to lay your worries down. And so for me, obviously, I have multiple coaches. I have therapists at different times for different things. Got a lot of worries, got a lot of issues, people. But you want a couple of people of that. So that's 3 pieces of the pie. So you've got one. You want a personal person in your life to be one. You want a couple of professionals that you're able to do that, right? So that's 4 pieces of the pie. We got 3 left. One needs to be a community. Are you a part of something that you can go and you can get unconditional support? For some of you, maybe that is your coaching community. I speak from that place because I'm a coach and I build coaching communities. For some of you, that may be church. For some of you, that may be a club that you're a part of or an organization you're a part of or something you're a part of. But that 5th place needs to be some type of community. And then the 6th place that 6th piece of the pie needs to be something that you are able to go to no matter what, and it doesn't involve a person. So it needs to be something environmental, or it needs to be a ritual. And I told you we were traveling around for schools for Adrian and making some decisions about what school right? And it's going to support you no matter what, right? And then the final place is, I think that final piece of the pie is people that you pay, but they're not professional. They're not a therapist. They're not a coach. They're a support team. So when I get overwhelmed in my home, I lay those worries down at my team that I have that works out of my home, whether it's our nanny or our house manager or our housekeeper, because I can't do it all and be it all. And I know that I need paid support in every place of my life to lay those worries down. This is coming up. I'm a little busy. I've got this thing going on at the office, so I'm going to lay these worries down here. In my business, I have paid people that I can lay those worries down. I thought I was going to get to this. I'm not going to get to this, so I need you to take it over. I need you to show up. I even do this sometimes with these Facebook Lives. I have the best intentions of the world of being here for 100 days, and guess what happens sometimes? Sometimes an emergency pops up. And there's a couple times I'm actually on a plane, and so you're going to hear from some of my team members. And that's how I can lay those worries down. And you may need that with everything from your home to your children. I have a nanny, and I have backups to the childcare because I never want to worry that my son is not in the best environment possible if I'm unavailable. And I'm human, so sometimes I'm unavailable. And I run a business, so sometimes I'm unavailable. So lay your worries down like a pie. Can we get a bumper sticker that says that? Lay your worries down like a pie. There's 8 slices in that pie, and you can only keep 1 slice of it. You can only look at one piece of that pie and take that worry on. And you need to be able to have personal support, an environment, and a ritual, and a community, and professionals that you can pay for feedback, and then professionals you can pay to actually do some of the worrying that gets you out of worry. So I don't know where you're laying your worries down, but I want you to lay it down like a pie. Choose whatever pie you like. What would mine be? Maybe chocolate chiffon. Oh, chocolate chess. That's my favorite, chocolate chess. But don't take all of this on. Don't make yourself wrong. Don't try to figure it all out. And don't be a jackass and just sit around and be a worrier, because that makes you somebody who's not going to hit your goals and your dreams and be successful. You've got to be somebody who handles worry. Stress management is the key to success. I'll talk about that in another Facebook Live, but you want to be a truly successful person. Truly successful people are people who know how to manage stress. This whole pie analogy, this is a method of managing stress. So when you manage stress, you manage success. Write that down and put it on a Post-it note on your laptop this week. When you manage stress, you manage success. So lay that worry down like a pie. And if you're having coffee or tea this morning, cheers. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., 100 Days or More, Facebook Live. Hugs and hell yes.